Hello, and welcome to another edition of Sissy Chef. I am your hostess, Nichole Midnight. I'm going to teach all you subs and sissies out there how to make food for your betters, for your mistresses, for your goddesses, or masters, as the case may be. Today, we are going to be making something called a Monte Cristo, which is a very, very yummy, semi-fancy sandwich. What we're going to be using today is turkey, ham, more turkey, I know, an egg, a couple of slices of bread, and personally, I like to use cheddar. I've seen recipes for it that use provolone. I've seen recipes that use Swiss. There's not really seeming to be a set in stone recipe, I guess, for a Monte Cristo. And the cheese we're using today is a very sharp white English cheddar. And finally, for making the sandwich anyway, is a quarter cup of milk to mix with the egg. So to start off with, we're going to take our milk, and we're going to take our egg, crack that, throw that right in there. And then we're going to beat the ever-living daylights out of it. Get a nice, good mixture. A bit like that. Now for the next step. We're going to slice a little bit of this cheese. So crumbly. And lay it right on this bread. It's a very, very crumbly cheese. And it's so sharp, I love it. Don't need much. As you add more and more layers to this, the distribution should even out. Now we take some cheddar, just slice a little bit more of this cheese. It's going to crumble like, this one particularly is going to crumble like hell. But if you can get a hold of some provolone or some Swiss, you can just use a slice of that for each layer here. Get that nice and evenly spread out. Then we put a layer of ham. Then some more cheese. We're just going to be making a whole bunch of little layers on this. And it's going to be so, so good. It isn't really all that difficult to make these, but it's just something I've discovered most people never actually learn how to make. In addition to all this, you can also slide some mayo or some mustard on the bread. But I'm doing this to my taste right now. And finally, we put in another little layer of cheese. is take our bread, press on it, and then take an edge of a knife, press down, and slice off a crust. Press down and slice off a crust. This helps seal it up a little bit too, by pressing down like this. Helps make the bread a little bit less likely to come apart. There we go. Now we're going to take a brush. I picked up this nice little easy clean brush, and what we're going to do is we're going to take our egg mix and just lightly brush this all over. Get a nice even coating of egg all over this bread. We're going to put a little bit of oil in the pan, and if you're using a non-stick pan, all the better. You can use olive oil, you can use vegetable oil. Personally, I'm using hazelnut oil because I'm really curious how this is going to turn out. Now that the pan's heated up, you're going to very carefully flip this over and let it cook. Now while it's flipped over, you're going to take some more of the egg mix and you're going to just slide that on there. This is smelling really good. You're going to want to cook this at a low heat, low to medium heat, just to give that cheese plenty of time to melt. The kind of bread I'm using today is a sourdough. Don't know if I mentioned that earlier. And then let the other side cook. Put a little bit of weight on it once you flip it. Just to make sure all that heat transfers through all the layers. And there you have it. Now you have your Monte Cristo. When you plate up a Monte Cristo, you're going to want to add a little bit of jam. You can use strawberry, you can use cherry, raspberry, any kind of jam you want. Right now I'm using a mixed fruit jam that I really like. I really like the flavor on this. The idea behind this is you're going to take the Monte Cristo and dip it, and then have a bite. Just dip that into the jam. Oh, that was heaven. This has been another edition of Sissy Chef. Thank you all for watching. If there's anything you would like me to make, especially with Easter coming up, and I know a lot of people do feast for that, please let me know by leaving me a comment or sending me a tweet at Nichole Midnight on Twitter. And please like and subscribe.